Hey guys, it's Queen Said Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Happy New Year! This year, for 2019, we're going to do something different. Okay, we're going to do the same things. I'm going to do the videos. I'm going to, do Ask an Aquarius. But people have been asking me about me, and I talk a little bit about me in the videos. I give examples and stories and stuff, but people are asking me questions about me. So I'm going to do a Q&A. When I have 10 questions, I'm going to do a Q&A. So underneath this video, please tell me 10 questions, or I'm sorry, one question that you always wanted to know. Generally, I talk about myself pretty open. Mostly because I'm pretty sure that everything I've done, somebody's gonna tell. I used to get in a lot of trouble, guys. I used to get in a lot of trouble. I was always in some shit. I was always rebelling, always, messing with somebody's dude, messing with somebody's chick, getting suspended from school. I was always in trouble. I had to teach myself to behave. I became who I am today through trial and error. Okay. Priestess training really is what changed my whole life. Before that, I was an anarchist. Okay. So I feel like somebody gonna tell y'all anyway, so it might as well be me. So if you have a question and you want to know something about me, know about my life, or something, anything, just let me know and put it underneath in the comments here. And when I have 10 questions, I'll do a Q&A about me. Now, today I'm going to start that vibration because someone asked me a question about myself that amused me, and I thought that today would be a great day to do an amusing question. She said to me, "What are the worst dates you've ever been on?" So I'm going to tell you guys some of the worst dates I've ever been on. First, one time I went on a date with a woman. I don't remember her zodiac sign because we only talked very briefly. During this period of my life in my 20s, I used to date a lot. From 13 until 30 something, I dated a lot. And I don't mean Netflix and chill, I mean dated. Applebee's, Maggiano's, different little mom and pop Italian restaurants, bars, clubs. My dates took me on real dates. That was my thing. I really enjoyed them. So I did a lot of dating, and I met a lot of my dates on the party line. And I met a lot of my other dates online dating like AOL and things like that, Tinder, not so much really Tinder, but more so like Tagged, AOL, Black Lesbians, stuff like that. So I met a lot of people and did a lot of dating. So I have a lot of fucked up stories, okay? So let me tell you one of the most. I don't know if this is the worst one, but this is one of the worst ones. So I met her on Tagged, and we talked maybe twice. The first time we talked to each other, she's a very attractive woman. The first time we talked, she told me she had never been with a woman, but it was a curiosity of hers. I really didn't care. I wanted to make out. Didn't care. At that point in my life, I was into making out. I was into having sex. I was into, doing whatever, and I didn't care. I was like, okay, whatever. So she told me she had never been with a woman before. Okay. And, we kept on conversating. And we decided after talking twice, that's why I don't know her zodiac sign. We decided after talking twice that we would meet. And I'm thinking, hot damn, mama, here it go. It's second conversation. Oh shit, we have a good time. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking we're gonna get some drinks, we're gonna make out, we're gonna have some fun. That's what I'm thinking. So the second conversation, we decided to meet at Chili's restaurant and have dinner. And after dinner, see where it goes. Maybe have a movie, maybe hang out, who knows? So we left it wide open. I was excited. I was excited all week, okay? Put on my best outfit, did my hair. I was ready like 10. Do you hear me? So I get to Chili's. I sit down, I order a drink. I'm ready. Give me my vodka. I'm ready, So I'm sitting there sipping, and, waiting, smiling. I'm all happy and everything. And I look up and I see her, She looks exactly like her picture. She looks great, as a matter of fact. I mean, beautiful. And she walks towards me, and I realize that somebody is walking in front of her. I didn't even see the girl. The girl was a little shorter than her. I didn't even see her. I was looking at her, and I didn't even notice. And so the girl's walking in front of her, and she's on her cell phone. So she's like, yak, 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 yak. And my date says, oh, this is my friend so-and-so. I asked her to come with me. What? What? My whole bubble burst. I was like, what? And she was like, oh, well, I had never met you before. I had never been here before. So, I brought my girlfriend with me. And her friend on the phone, yak, 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 yak. And hi, yak, 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 yak. Now, mind you, I'm planning a romantic dinner, She comes up with her friend. I'm like, what? So I'm pissed. Quite frankly, I'm pissed. So I was like, okay. I sat down. Her and her friend sat down. Whole time, it was like about a minute or two. It wasn't long. I didn't give it long. Her friend is yak, 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 yak. Yak, 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 yak. I'm at Chili's. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And looking at the menu. I looked over at my date, and I was like, really? Like, I didn't say really. I just looked at her like, like, this is what you're doing? And she looked at me like she was apologetic, basically. And I was like, I didn't say a word, y'all. I dug in my pocketbook. I pulled out $10. My drink was about $6.50. I finished my whole drink in a gulp, like, put the $10 under the glass, got up, and walked out. I didn't say a word to her. I didn't say goodbye. I didn't say fuck you. I didn't say nothing. I just walked out. Later on, she inboxes me from Tagged and says, oh, I'm sorry. I know I saw you didn't like that. I just had never met you before, and I didn't know. And I'm thinking to myself, and mind you, I never said anything. I blocked her and moved on. But my thing is that, number one, you could have told me that. You could have told me I'm bringing my friend with me because I've never met you before. And I would have been like, cool, I'll bring one of my male friends or one of my female friends, and we can all double date. We can hang. But she tried to be slick with it and then do it on the sneak. And then you gonna bring this loud bitch that's not even being respectful, Like, I was like, nah, I'm good. I ain't say nothing else. I just left. So that was a very bad one. Then I had a date one time. This was with a woman. Oh my God, let me tell y'all about this one. This woman, I do remember her sign. She's a Taurus because she's still on my Facebook page to this day. So she was a Taurus. She's beautiful. Pretty eyes, light, pretty skin, hair. I mean, she's gorgeous. And not to say that she's gorgeous because she's light skinned. She just so happens to be light skinned because I like women of all colors. So, beautiful girl, beautiful eyes, beautiful hair. I think she's half Japanese and half black or something. I mean, she's gorgeous. So I was thinking I hit the lottery, Well, I went out with her one time, went out with her again. We had a good time. Next time I went to her home and she said she was going to make dinner. We had a nice time. She made dinner. We made out. We watched Twilight. I had never seen Twilight before. We watched Twilight for the first time. Now you can see how long ago this was since it was Twilight. And we had a good time. So I said, okay, I'll see you next time. So then she hit me up and she said, well, I'm not going to be home. I got to do X, Y, Z. I'm going to leave the door open for you. So just come on in and relax. You can, take your clothes off, get in the bed, do what you want to do. So I'm like, bet. I go over there, laid in the bed, had my bra on, and I think my underwear. I'm sitting there sipping whatever drink I had, vodka, rum, whatever it was that day. And I'm chilling. I'm watching the second Twilight movie, waiting for her to come home. So I'm sitting there chilling. All of a sudden, I hear the front door. So I'm like, oh, good, she here. It was only like 15 minutes. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm watching, the TV. I didn't even move. And I look, like out of the corner of my eye, I see movement. So I look over, and it's her ex walking in with her bags. And I'm laying there half naked. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then she walks up behind her ex, holding their baby. Now, mind you, they had adopted a baby. The ex and her broke up. The ex was seeing another woman. So all three of them are now trying to raise this baby. And I'm looking like, y'all doing too much. So she walks in with this woman, and the woman puts everything down. The woman was very respectful. I had no problems with the woman. The woman spoke and was polite and went about her business. But my date walks in behind her like she watching all this. Like she orchestrated this shit because she wanted to make her ex jealous. And I was like, nah, we don't do that. So after the girl left, she was talking to me, oh, this, that, and the third. I was getting my clothes on the whole time. And I left. I never went back. That was the end of us. I don't even remember if I said anything about it. She was on my Facebook page. I just stopped talking to her. I just stopped hitting her up. And sometimes on Facebook we would say hey and things like that, Merry Christmas, things like that. But I just never said anything else to her. I just dipped because that turned me all the way off. You trying to use me to make your ex jealous because she was somebody else? Like, yuck. Nah, sis. I left, and that was the end of that. Then I'll tell you one of my third worst dates. This was with a guy. This is before I stopped dating men. I stopped dating men when I was like 22 years old. And then again at like 28 when I got with Voldemort, which was stupid. And then no more. So I was like 22 or 23, and I met this guy, a Libra. I love my Libras. And back then I was really into them. So I met this Libra at the bus stop. That's back before I had a car. So I was going to Temple University. I was taking that 18 bus. I met this guy, a Libra. And as soon as he said, I'm a Libra, I'm like, oh, hey, how are you? And then we started talking. So we only talked on the phone one time. One time we talked on the phone. And he said, well, let me take you out. Let's go out. I said, that's what's up. So I said, where you want to go? He said, well, let's go see a movie and get something to eat. Okay, sure. So a couple days later, it's time for our date. He was supposed to pick me up from my home. We were going to walk to the mall, which is only around the corner, have a nice date, chill out, and, go from there, So he gets to my home, and he was okay, but he was acting kind of sluggish. And I was like, okay. So we left to go to the movies. We get to the corner, and he says, you know what? I don't really feel like going to the movies. Let's just go lay down. And I'm like, what? Like you go to your friend's house and take a fucking nap? Like, what are you talking about, He's like, I'm just tired. Let's just lay down and watch TV. And then, maybe later on we'll go somewhere. And I was like, okay, I see you're used to dealing with women who have no standards. Okay. And he said, you cool with that? And I was like, nah, I'm going on my friend's house. I'm going to holler at you later. I walked across the street. The bus came around the corner in like 2.2 seconds. It was amazing. I was on one corner. The bus came to the next corner. So me and him were standing on my corner. He said what he said. I said, nah, I'm good. I walked up the street. He was standing there with his mouth wide open. He was like, like he did not expect that. The bus came. I got on the bus and went to my friend's house and kept it moving. Never called him, never talked to him again. 4 or 5 months later, he called me. By this time, I was dating some guy I was serious about. So he called me and he said, hey, what you doing? I said, oh, I'm sitting here with my boyfriend watching TV. And he was like, okay, Erica. I was like, you take care of yourself. And I hung up. So those are three of my worst dates, okay? So like I said, man, oh man, I got more too. So another day, if anybody's interested, I'll tell some more terrible date stories. I got to think about them. Those are the three that came to my mind immediately when she asked the question. So just know that in the dating game, a lot of times things don't go well. Try to have a good time. Try to keep a good sense of humor. And if you don't feel comfortable, leave immediately. So I hope that amused you. It amuses me now, but it didn't amuse me at the time. Trust and believe me, I was pissed every time. So If you guys like the video, please give it a thumbs up and please pass it on. And if you would like to donate, I'll leave my PayPal. If you would like to sign up for a tarot or oracle card reading, I will leave my email so you can hit me up for an appointment. And if you would like me to answer a general question, you can also email to me and I will answer it. Now listen, underneath this video, don't forget, leave me any questions that you want me to answer about myself. If I don't get any, then I won't do the video. But if I get 10, I'll do the video. Okay? Cool. Happy New Year's Eve. Bye-bye.